Welcome back, learners, to the second video of Block 1, Unit 2, 4 Waves of Feminism. Our last session was on first wave feminism, which focused on fight for legal rights, including suffrage and its key leaders and achievements. And in this session, we will deal with second wave feminism, which expanded the movement's focus to social, cultural, and economic inequalities. Now let's begin. Second wave feminism, it emerged in the 1960s and extended into the 1980s. It marked a significant evolution in the feminist movement. Inspired by the civil rights and anti-war movements, this wave of feminism sought to dismantle deeply ingrained gender stereotypes and challenge institutional oppression in various spheres of life. And central to this wave were issues such as workplace exploitation, reproductive rights, sexual liberation, and domestic violence. Activists of this second wave feminism, they fought for equal pay, maternity leave, and protection against sexual harassment. And this led to the establishment of critical legislation such as Equal Pay Act and Title IX in the United States. Organizations like National Organization for Women now and influential texts like Betty Friedan's The Feminine Mystic, all these galvanized women to recognize and confront systemic barriers. Apart from all these, second wave feminism also emphasized the personal as political, drawing attention to how social structures shaped individual experience and about the key issues and legislative actions during second wave feminism. Second wave feminism, it addressed a wide range of issues, including reproductive rights, workplace discrimination, unequal pay, and gender-based violence. Feminists during this phase sought to challenge systemic inequalities that persisted despite earlier legal victories. A significant legislative milestone was the Equal Pay Act of 1963 in the United States, and which mandated equal pay for equal work. This was actually targeting wide-range disparities between men and women. And this was followed by Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibited discrimination based on sex, race, and other factors, creating a foundation for addressing workplace inequalities. Reproductive rights became a central focus as feminists fought for access to contraception and right to safe legal abortion. Efforts also extended to combating sexual harassment and advocating for the passage of Equal Rights Amendment, although its ratification remains incomplete. A lot of feminist organizations rose during the 1960s, which became significant in driving the second wave feminism movement. Among these, the main one was, as I have earlier mentioned, now National Organization for Women. It was founded in 1966 and it stood out as a leading force for advancing women's rights. NOW's mission was to address inequality and promote gender equality across all spheres of life, from the workplace to the home. And these organizations mobilized women through advocacy, protests, and legal reform campaigns, focusing on issues such as workplace discrimination, reproductive rights, and equal representation in politics and public life. And there happened landmark campaigns, including Equal Rights Amendment, ERA, and legal battles against employment discrimination. Their advocacy also extended to issues like childcare, sexual harassment, and access to contraception and abortion. And through organizing public demonstrations and political lobbying, these feminist organizations, they shifted social perceptions, bringing women's issues to the forefront of public discourse. The efforts of these groups, they helped in unifying diverse groups to empower women to challenge these norms. What were the social and cultural impacts of second wave feminism? Second wave feminism transformed social attitudes towards gender roles. How? By challenging notions regarding women's roles, which often were confined to homemaking and caregiving. And this wave also encouraged women to break traditional boundaries and pursue careers in fields which were dominated by men, like law, medicine, business, etc. It also sparked critical thinking about cultural norms, making society view women as equals to men in all spheres of life. And one notable achievement was the introduction of women's studies programs at universities, which created academic spaces for analyzing and addressing gender equalities. These programs, they helped legitimize feminist theory as an essential area of scholarly inquiry, and the movement also influenced media portrayals of women, leading to more complex and empowering representations in films, television, and literature. And apart from all these, it also brought taboo topics like domestic violence, sexual harassment, and marital rape into public domain. And the activists of second wave feminism, they worked tirelessly to raise awareness, organize support systems, and advocate for protective legislation. These shifts in culture, they expanded beyond political changes, and they helped in fostering a broader understanding of the challenges faced by women in society. And moreover, the second wave feminism, it redefined women's roles and rights, and the movement laid a foundation for greater equality and empowered future generations to continue challenging patriarchal structures. The main feminist theorists were Kate Millett, Shulamit Firestone, and Germaine Greer. While Kate Millett in her work Sexual Politics explored how power dynamics within personal relationships reflected social inequality, Firestone, in Critique of Love, analyzed love and family structures as tools of patriarchal control. Germaine Greer, in her work The Female Eunuch, criticized social expectations surrounding female sexuality. These theoretical frameworks provided a foundation for understanding and challenging gender norms, offering feminists intellectual tools which they used to dissect and resist oppression at both personal and institutional levels. Moving on to the diverse feminist perspectives, second wave feminism gave rise to multiple strands of thought, each addressing unique facets of women's liberation. Liberal feminism, the first one, sought equality, legal equality and integration into male-dominated spaces by means of reforms in education, politics and employment. The second one, radical feminism, it critiqued the root structures of patriarchal oppression, advocating for the dismantling of these systems entirely. And another one is cultural feminism, which celebrated traditionally feminine qualities such as nurturing and cooperation, and it challenged social emphasis on competition and power. All these perspectives enriched the feminist movement, offering diverse pathways for understanding and achieving gender equality. And what were the critiques and limitations of second wave feminism? While second wave feminism achieved great successes, it faced criticism for its narrow focus on the experiences of white middle-class women. By failing to address intersectionality, it often excluded the voices of women of color, LGBTQ individuals, and working-class women. This lack of inclusivity sparked frustration among many marginalized groups, and they felt alienated from the movement. Moreover, critics argued that its focus on systemic oppression sometimes overlooked personal and community-based approaches to empowerment. These limitations ultimately inspired later feminist waves to adopt a more inclusive and intersectional approach to gender equality. And there is also a note on prominent black feminists. The main black feminists were Bell Hooks, Alice Walker, and Bettina Apteker, who made significant contributions to feminism by addressing the intersectionality of race and gender oppression. Bell Hooks' writings include Ain't I a Woman?, which highlights the unique challenges faced by black women navigating both racism and sexism. Alice Walker introduced the concept of womanism, advocating for a broader, more inclusive feminism. Bettina Apteker, she emphasized the role of activism in fighting systemic injustices. Together, the works of all these people expanded the feminist dialogue, ensuring that the movement recognized and addressed the complex realities of marginalized women. And this is all about the second wave feminism. We will deal with third wave feminism in the next video. Thank you.